Hey guys, it's Lori. Hey, I wanted to just talk to you about something today. Um, have you heard of the hashtag walk away or the walk away movement? It's really kind of a cool movement. I am not part of it because I didn't walk away. I've always been conservative. I don't remember a time, I'm sure there was when I was really young, where I was more liberal minded, because that's usually how it goes. When you're really young, you're more liberal minded because you don't really understand, and then as you get to understand, you become more conservative. Not everybody, but that's what happened with me. And I don't really remember a time when I was not conservative, even when I was going down the wrong path spiritually, which I thought was the right path. Which is a long story if you know my history or whatever. I keep promising one day I'll do my testimony, but it's so long. I just got to kind of condense it. But so I can't say I'm part of the walk away movement because I didn't walk away. I've been here. However, we all know how bad things are getting, right? So if you get a chance, take a look at hashtag walk away or the walk away movement. Google it. It's very easy to find. You'll find lots of videos on YouTube, lots of information on Twitter. I'm sure Google has some stuff. But people are waking up and they're doing their own research. They're not listening to like the mainstream media. They're not listening to liberal newspapers. They're not just taking people's words for it. They're not listening to, or they are listening to the liberal congressmen and senators and different politicians and going, wait a minute, what's going on? This isn't what I thought it was, you know? And they're actually doing their own research and they're coming to the truth. They're taking the red pill, so to speak. I'm very excited about it, honestly, because I work with a lot of different people. And what I believe in, whether it be personal growth or as a whole, as a community, is living by truth. And if you live by truth and you truly do your own research and don't just take somebody's word for it, you're going to start waking up. You're going to start seeing. Now, the work I do is not political at all, okay? And honestly, politics turns my stomach. But I believe we must stay aware. My people perish through lack of knowledge, is what God says. And I know He's talking spiritually, but He's also talking in this realm. We can't be fooled, you know? God tells us it's going to get so bad here, and the lies and deception are going to be so strong and so credible that if not for Him, if not for a strong foundation, and if God doesn't stop it in time, even some of His may believe. So it's going to be a pretty strong delusion. And I think we've already kind of stepped into that. You know, we need to walk by truth if we're going to change anything, if we're going to actually live our spiritual life to its fullest, and not, you know, it's very easy sometimes to be fooled by the negative, which will bring you something positive. Because remember, the enemy hears us. That's why we have to be very careful. There's different reasons why we have to be careful what we speak. We can manifest things. But, you know, also the enemy has his little minions listening and can kind of bring you what you think is an opportunity that will only lead to disaster. I've fallen into that trap myself in like relationships and that sort of thing, where later, hindsight's 2020, and I go, oh Lord, please, you know, keep my eyes open. Don't let that happen again. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, long story. I could tell you that story sometime. But I have a friend. Ironically, she just wrote this book. It was published several months ago. And as I was reading it, now it's The Life and Death of Lu Lovett. She wrote a book previous to that about Lu Lovett. But this is the second book. This is what the cover looks like. This is her business card. I don't know if you can really see that. But it's The Life and Death of Lu Lovett. And it goes back to the times when America was new, when the Native Americans were still here, and what her great-great-great-great-great-grandfather went through. He and his family, it's very interesting because it touches on a personal level. And you might think, why do I want to hear about anybody's family member? But when I read it, now of course I'm not family, but when I read it, it touched me because it touches on so many parts of what people go through today, family love, family bonding, the plight of the poor, the plight of injustice, those that are caught up in injustice, which, you know, my family has been touched by all of this. When the world treats you unfairly, it just adds on and adds on and adds on. It's the energy of it. That's what happens. And when negative gets a hold of you, and then you're, oh, it just can turn into this big mess, and it just grows and grows and grows and grows. That's why we need to really stand in faith. But this book touches on all of that. It's a true story. She has taken, you know, writer's liberty and kind of, you know, put some things in there that are I don't want to say they're not factual, but, you know, I mean, she took the facts and she created a really nice story, but it talks a lot about, and this is absolute truth, she has, you know, different articles and stuff to back it up, of what happened to them, and it's very similar to what's happening today. The injustices that are going on today. And the reason I put this with the walk away movement is because it was the same people responsible back then that are responsible today for all the injustice, for inciting riots, for causing people to turn against each other, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put a link to how you can get this book if you choose to. I don't think it's all that expensive. I don't want to speak and say how much it is because I'm not really sure, but I'll give you her information. I'll give you, it's on Amazon, or if you don't go on Amazon, or if you don't for whatever reason want to go that route, you can always go directly through me or through her. Hi Boo, this is my kitty cat Boo saying hello. So yeah, it's just really interesting how so many years ago the same kind of stuff was going on. And then, you know, we go through time and it happened over and over and over again. It's just amazing to me. With different races, you know, we have the blacks who obviously were enslaved. We have the Native Americans who obviously got, you know, ran off their land. We have all different kinds of bias brought to light, depending on who's in power, you know. It's just amazing how it keeps repeating. But one thing is a constant, will always stay the same, will always be good, and that's God. So anyway, check out the Walkaway movement, hashtag Walkaway. All you got to do is put that in. You'll find a bunch of information. And also, click on the link to get this book. It's really good. I don't want to give it away. I guess I did a video on it before, and I guess she noticed, the author, that I gave away the ending of the book right away, and I'm not going to do that now, but it is a good read. It's a short book. It's an easy read. I read it, like, I don't know, within an hour or so. But it's really, really interesting and makes you think. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. I'm going to do a video on getting rid of the burdens that hold us down. All right, look for that one. That's coming up next. I'm going to upload it as soon as I upload this one. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.